Hey everyone, today you are working on lesson 108, which is about formulas and the distributive property. So first we're going to talk about formulas. And to give you an example of a formula, on page 680, the new concept information reminds you that you find the area of a rectangle by multiplying the length times the width. So if we had a rectangle that was 4 inches long and 2 inches wide, and we wanted to find the area, we would do 4 inches times 2 inches, and then our area would equal 8 inches squared. Okay? So on the next page, 681, we actually have this chart of common formulas. And formulas are just an example of the expressions, like the expression that I did right here, which was 4 inches times 2 inches, is just in place of the formula for the area of a rectangle. So notice that the formula for area of a rectangle is area equals, well, that's not working. All right, area equals length times width. Remember, when we have two letters right next to each other, that means multiplication. We have perimeter of a rectangle. The P stands for perimeter, and that is equal to 2 times the length plus the width. Or you could say it as perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. We have area of a square, which is area equals the side squared. Perimeter of a square is the perimeter equals 4 times the side, the length of the side. Okay? So I already showed you an example of area of a rectangle. So let's look at an example of the perimeter of a rectangle. And I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, so using the same or similar rectangle like I did in the first example, if I had a rectangle that was 4 inches long and 2 inches wide, and I wanted to find the perimeter of that rectangle, I can use the formula like that what is in the table. So I'm going to use the formula that says that perimeter equals 2L plus 2W, and I'm going to erase this so it doesn't look like 21 and do a cursive L instead. Okay? All right. The other one with parentheses, we're actually going to be talking about when we discuss the distributive property. So to rewrite this as a with my measurements, I'm going to do perimeter equals, and in parentheses, I'm going to do 2 times 4. Remember that when the number and the letter is right beside each other, that means multiplication, plus, and in parentheses, 2 times 2. All right, so I'll start off by solving the multiplication that is in the parentheses. So my first one is 2 times 4, which is 8. Bring down my addition symbol. And then 2 times 2, which is 4. And then I'm going to add 8 plus 4. 8 plus 4 is 12. So my perimeter would be 12 inches. Now let's find area of a square using the formula. So my area of a square, or my formula for area of a square is A equals S squared, which means area equals the side squared. So in this square, my side is 3 inches long. So I would plug in this measurement for the S So that means that A equals 3 squared. Remember that 3 squared is the same as saying 3 times 3, which 3 times 3, or 3 squared, is 9. So my area would equal 9 inches, and we always put squared when we're talking about area. You could also say 9 square inches if you wanted to. It would mean the same thing. Now let's find the perimeter of this square. The area for perimeter of a square is perimeter equals 4 times the side. So I'm going to plug in my measurement for S, which just means it's going to be 4 times 3 is 12. So my perimeter of this square would be 12 inches.